Hi there, my name is Michelle Flashman, and today we're making Charoset. It's one of the elements on the Seder table. The Charoset is a sweet mixture of apples and honey and dates, but it represents something that's very sad. It represents the mortar that the Israelites used when they made the pyramids and the buildings in Egypt. So you might ask, why do you have a sweet mixture to represent the harshness of slavery? Because even the harshest of slavery can be made sweeter by the promise of redemption. And so we're going to begin by cutting this apple. This is simply an apple core. I could easily do this with a knife, but it's always nice to get that core out of the way. And it has to be ground or chopped very fine in order for the apple mixture to sit on the piece of matzah as it's being passed around the Seder table. So we're going to chop it in a food processor. You could also easily do this with a food grater, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to use a food processor. When I taught cooking in the public schools, I would tell my students that if I could have nothing else on a desert island that included electricity, of course, it would be a food processor, because they're such a handy tool to have in the kitchen. And I always made sure that I gave my students an opportunity to use the food processor. It has to be locked in, and I'm going to pulse it until the apples look like the consistency that I want. It's helpful to scrape down this while you're working. A food processor is also great for making carrot cake, vegetables, herbs. But I think the most efficient tool to have in the kitchen is a knife, a sharp one. And so now I'm going to carefully remove the blade and scrape this into my bowl. And you can see just one apple makes enough. But this is everyone's favorite at the Seder table. So depending on how many people that you have, you might want to make more than one mixture. And to this, we're going to add approximately 1/4 cup of honey. And I believe in measuring, but this is something that doesn't have to be measured. If it's a sour apple, use more honey. If it's a sweet apple, this is cinnamon, then maybe use a little less. But you do want it to hold together. This is a nutmeg. I like how this nutmeg comes in a grinder, because nutmeg is always better when it's fresh. And stir that up, and then just to make it as loose as you need it to be, and also to disguise that the apple is going to turn brown, we're going to add a little bit of grape juice, which is also one of the elements on the Seder table. And there we have it. This is the Charoset for our Seder table.